Today, I'm working with the KO2 at 180 BPM. Let's get into it as soon as we shout out today's patron. And that shout out goes to Sander T. Meyer. Thank you so very much for the support. Let's get started. So folks, I have done it again. Every month I do a patron exclusive challenge, song creation challenge on my Discord server, which you can join for as little as $1 a month, by the way. And then at the end of the month, I do a live stream for all of my subscribers and viewers and anyone on YouTube, where I show off all the music that my patrons have made. I also like to enter those challenges and make some music. Now, the deadline for this month's challenge is today. I'm actually filming this on Wednesday, February 25th. And I have just a few hours to write a track and get it in. I have procrastinated until the very last minute once again, so let's get a track made. And of course, the title of this video is working at 180 BPM, and that's because that was the only rule for this month. So let's go ahead and set the tempo to 180 BPM. There we go. Now, I've actually already got some sounds loaded up, and I've mapped them. There you go, now you can see the keys. I've actually mapped them so that I can finger drum them on the keys. So they are mapped like this. Yeah, good enough. Then I've also got this bass. I've got this lovely pad. And then I've got this bell here. And really quick, we're actually going to send that to some reverb. There we go. So working at 180 BPM. Not gonna lie, it's fast. Like right there. You might start to instantly get overwhelmed if you've never worked at a tempo like this, and don't worry, most of your issues really have to do with your sound selection, in my opinion. So when I was picking the sounds from my drum set, I made sure that they were all pretty tight and short. Obviously, the exception being the two crash cymbals, but you can tell those are mostly pretty punchy sounds. Same thing with the bass. It's going to let us kind of move around quickly and use 16th notes instead of having to do long droning notes. Now, I do have a long droning element, and that is, of course, that pad I showed you. And that's going to allow for the drums and bass to move quickly underneath and still give the listener something to kind of hold on to. I also did not go too over the top with my melodic sound, what I'm going to use to make some form of a melody. Simple, added that reverb to it so it's nice and atmospheric. Yeah, it's going to be pretty good. So let's go ahead and come up with a drum pattern. I'm just going to play for 2 measures. Yeah, we'll go for 4. No, 2. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's grab something with our bass now. Let's jam around. 1, 2, 3. You'll notice that I'm trying to match the bass a bit to the drum pattern that I came up with, at least in a rhythmic sense. So let's record that little line in. Yeah, that works for me, just like that. And now let's grab some kind of pads to maybe float over the top of it. I'm now realizing I want this part to be 4 bars long, so I think I'm going to move that to maybe group D, or maybe we can just go in and double the length of our pattern like that and see if that makes everything still line up. Sometimes it doesn't. That's one of the areas I'm still a little uncertain on with the KO2. So let's go for 4 bars and try this here. Here we go. That's pretty good. Now let's grab something on our keys. Yeah, that's fun. Go 8 measures, and from the start. Cool, that's a really nice main phrase. Let's commit that. And now here in scene 2, let's erase that melody. Let's go to our bass and erase that and our chords. And let's also erase the drums. And now we can actually come up with a little B section. And I'm going to use a trick here that's actually one of my favorite parts about working at a very fast tempo, is you have very easy access to halftime. So our tempo is like right here. And when we are working at a fast tempo and we drop down to halftime, one thing that's really nice to do is to have kind of a washy feel in the cymbals. This could be attained using a ride cymbal, or in this case, what I'm going to do is do a pattern that alternates between a closed hat and an open hat. So like... something like that. Let's just go for 4 measures here. I don't know, something like that. And then we'll grab a bass. Yeah, that's fun. Let's do that. Yeah, awesome. Now let's go to our bell sound here and make this more of like an arpeggio. Yeah, something like that. Here we only need to go for 2 measures. On the top, here we go. We could even do this using a different sound if we wanted to. In fact, yeah, let's try that. Let's put in a new sound here. Let's see, that's 515. Yeah, let's try that. So let's erase what we've got here and play this plucky sound in here instead. Now remember, we're letting the drums widen up and breathe a bit. We're keeping the bass tight, and then we're adding in a little more rhythm here with an arpeggio. Groovy. Let's see if we need to do anything with our pads here. Yeah, that's fun. 4 measures, that works for me. From the top. Back to the top. And that's really all we need to have basic building blocks for a song. At this point is typically when I would stop, take a break, and then come back to it with fresh ears. You know, come back to these 2 parts and be like, yeah, I like this, or maybe I'll change something. But because I'm on a tight time crunch, we're just going to keep flying through it. So I'm also going to commit this here. So now that's scene 2. Let's actually commit scene 1 again to scene 4. So we're on scene 4. I'm gonna erase everything except the pads. And I want to also erase the bass part. And I want to double the length of this pattern. Whoop. So it plays twice. And that's going to be what we start the song with. So that's scene 4. Okay, perfect. So now we'll go to scene 1 here. And we're going to erase pattern C, which was the melody. So we're going to bring in the drums and the bass, and that's going to be song section 2. Here comes measure 5, 6, 7. Here comes the bass and drums. Okay. Now we want song section 3, and for that we want scene 3. Yeah, beautiful, just like that. Now let's actually add another section of the song and commit it. So now we're in song section 5, and this is where I want to put a drum fill at the end of this. And the way we're going to do that is by going into this pattern right here and doubling it. And then we're going to live dub some kind of drum fill. Okay, not my best work, but that's fine. And we'll just repeat that same fill twice. I kind of messed up the framing there of it, but that's okay. So now, new song section, Shift and A, that's right. And we want this one to be scene 2. And let's do that again. And we'll shift and commit it. So now scene 6, let's edit that here. We'll put a drum fill in. Again, not sold on those drums, but it's okay. So now for song section 7, we want to go back to scene 3. Except we're going to commit it. And I want to record some fader movement in, I think, especially with the drums. Let's set the fader to pitch and let's have some fun. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Let's also record some movement in the time. Cool. Let's go back to song mode. And that's now section 7. Awesome. Let's commit this. And now we will add a new song section. Make it scene 8. We'll go back and let's mess with something else. How about the bass? And let's go pitch. And we're also going to double this length. Yeah. Forgot the pads were there, but that's actually pretty sick. Yeah, that's really cool. Let's do a new song section, and let's go back to this scene here. We're gonna commit it. Okay, so now this song section is on this pattern here. And for that, I kind of want to shorten everything up fader-wise. So let's go group A, fader set to time. Yeah, we'll just put it up here. Okay. Group B, fader, time, from the top. Okay, group C. What if we do pitch for this group instead? No, how about tuning? That could be fun. And then we'll set it to time as well. Yeah. I think we're getting ready to wrap this one up, so let's go... Oh, I did not mean to commit. All I meant to do was go Shift and A for a new song section. And in this song section, we're going to go back to this one right here. And then we're going to shift and commit and put it in a new scene. We're going to come in, we're going to make the bars 8 measures long. Or the drums 8 measures long, sorry. Let's record an ending with our drums. We've got 2 measures and then I'll kick it in. You'll notice I kind of opened it up there on the drums. Let's go to the downbeat of measure 5. Go to our pad. And then we'll just fade it out here. Okay, just like that. And we are going to also record the effects end here. There we go. That's the track, I think. So let's go to song mode, take it from the top, and have a listen, and hopefully we didn't mess anything up, and hopefully this is just kind of short and sweet, but a fun example of what it's like to work at 180 BPM. All right, here we go. Uh-oh, I messed something up. I think this needs to be scene 1. Yeah, okay, let's take it from right here. I am so confused. Oh, okay, this needs to be song section 1. This needs to be song section 11. Perfect. Take it from here. There we go, that's what I had in mind. Not perfect, but an example of what it's like to at least start working at 180 BPM. I'm gonna re-record this for my entry here in just a second, maybe with some punch-in effects or some looping or something. Maybe I'll just let it run as is. Anyway, I do hope you found this video informative or at least entertaining. If you did, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can always leave a dislike, that's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you all so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.